Have you ever felt the deep need to be recognized, not just seen as a body, but acknowledged as a free, conscious being? That question is at the heart of one of the most fascinating ideas in philosophy, Hegel's master-slave dialectic. Today, we'll explore what Hegel meant, how thinkers like Lacan and Merleau-Ponty expanded on it, and why these ideas still matter for how we understand freedom, recognition, and our relationships with others. In the Phenomenology of Spirit, Hegel explains that consciousness doesn't develop in isolation, it develops in relation to another consciousness. Imagine this: one consciousness encounters another. Suddenly it's no longer facing an object but someone who also perceives, feels, and desires. That moment sparks a confrontation. Why? Because each consciousness wants to prove that it is free, not just another thing in the world. Hegel describes this confrontation as a kind of life-and-death struggle for recognition. In the end, one consciousness wins and becomes the master, while the other, who first yields recognition, becomes the slave. The master receives recognition but doesn't give it back. The slave recognizes the master but isn't fully recognized in return. From this, Hegel shows us three powerful insights. Freedom cannot be forced, true identity depends on being recognized by another consciousness, and recognition isn't just social, it's a fundamental desire of consciousness itself. This is where Jacques Lacan picks up the thread. He famously said, "Desire is the desire to be desired. It's not enough for me to exist, I want to matter to another consciousness. I want to be more than an object. I want to be a subject in the mind of someone else." But here's the paradox: if the other sees me only as an object, then I'm not truly recognized as free. Recognition is always fragile, always uncertain. A century later, the French phenomenologist Maurice Merleau-Ponty reframed the whole discussion. For him, consciousness isn't a spirit trapped in a body, the body is consciousness. And how do we encounter others? Not first through reason, but through embodiment. We see their face, we hear their voice, we sense their presence. That immediate bodily contact already tells us, here is another subject like me. Merleau-Ponty also notes that we identify with others because of a shared bodily schema. A child looking in the mirror realizes, I have two arms, two legs, a head, just like mom and dad. This recognition of bodily similarity is the foundation for seeing others as fellow beings. But there's a twist. Objects in the world don't resist us. We can climb mountains, cut down trees, reshape the earth. Another consciousness, however, does resist. Someone can look back at us, deny us, or refuse to be reduced to a mere thing. That resistance is the mark of freedom, and it carries an ethical weight. If the other is free, then I can't simply use them as an object. I must reconcile their freedom with mine. All of this leads to a profound conclusion. Fighting for my freedom also means fighting for the freedom of others. Because only if the other is truly free to recognize me, can I ever feel genuinely recognized. Merleau-Ponty captured this beautifully. The only transcendental condition of consciousness is intersubjectivity. Consciousness is never isolated, it always exists in relation to others. So Hegel, Lacan, and Merleau-Ponty converge on a single insight. We are not complete on our own. We find ourselves through others, through recognition, through the tension between closeness and distance. And maybe that's the most ethical lesson of all. My freedom is bound to yours. To honor my own humanity, I must honor yours.